Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today, wherever you are in this great world. We're gonna talk about XRP. And once again, this is the one-day chart. We're sitting here at $3.14. Right now, XRP is dipping down. We touched above $3.30 earlier today. But if you look at the 7-day chart, we're at the low end of this channel. XRP was going sideways, tried to break through $3.35, got rejected, and came back down. Now we'll start to see XRP move back up and hopefully break above $3.35, most likely throughout this week. It could even happen as soon as today. And look at Bitcoin sitting at 118K, also pulled back some. And still, we're following Bitcoin. I can't wait until alt season begins. I cannot wait until we finally decouple from Bitcoin. Pundit predicts timeline for XRP to reach $15. Says $5 could happen any day now. And I agree with that. We could just start to break out. We've seen that before with the price of XRP. But as far as $15, he's saying that it's going to happen in September. Other people would argue it happens later this year, October. And then we have a great rally throughout the rest of this year. But it can happen sooner, absolutely. You know, everybody's trying to time this cycle. And I always look at what the narrative is. And right now, the narrative is a breakout is coming. We're in the calm before the storm. And once it starts to happen, it's going to be a very exciting time. I'm telling you, a lot of sleepless nights ahead for XRP holders. You ever take notice? XRP loves to rally overnight. It always seems to have better moves at like 2, 3, 4 in the morning than it does throughout the day. The 4-year cycle has evolved. The institution's taking over. Take a listen to this. Charles Hoskinson from Cardano.
Here's if you think the 4-year cycle is still intact.
No, it's a different cycle. It's something different going on. And I don't even think we're close to the peak of the bull market. People have gotten so pessimistic and cynical that they're like, oh, the market's dead and we've ballooned. It's like, dude, clarity's not even passed yet. When clarity gets passed, the Mag 7 are going to enter the cryptocurrency space. You're going to have stable coins go above 1 to 2 trillion in issuance. You're going to have real world assets come in. The total market cap aggregate is going to be over 10 trillion. And so I call this the Giga Chad bull run. It's like the biggest bull run we've ever had. And when Bitcoin starts stalling, then the alts will pop. And so you're going to see great ratios that, come from this whole thing. And it'll die off a little bit, but it's like every time you have these windows, you go to new all-time highs and then you stay at new all-time lows, and so it's no longer a 4-year cycle because it's not retail led anymore. It's more led by institutions and it's more led by massive investors. But simply put, there's just too much going on. The inventories on Bitcoin are too low. You got these DATs injecting gargantuan amounts of money into the market, and there's no way not to see a bull run, from all.
When do you think we hit? Wait, so what are we at today? 4 trillion, I think.
Yeah,
we're at 4 trillion. When do you think we hit 10 trillion?
Before the end of the cycle, and I think the cycle will last throughout 2026 because clarity is going to.
So he thinks that this cycle is going to last throughout next year. The only way I see that happening is with utility and institutional adoption. But he is right. That all starts with clarity. Once you get clarity, it's the game changer. All of a sudden, it green lights everything. And right now, everybody's so disgusted with this cycle. I don't get it. When we were back at 50 cents, people were way more optimistic than what they are today. Now we're above $3 on the price of XRP, and everybody's like, oh, I'm bored. I thought XRP was going to continue to go higher. You know, there's always going to be corrections and pullbacks. You prepare yourself for that to happen. But when the massive green candles come, you better be holding XRP. You better not have panic sold because of a pullback. Because so many people, they always sell every time the market turns red. Oh, crypto's dead. I'm getting out. I don't want to tie up my money anymore. Then all of a sudden, the next day, the market's green again. Oh, I got to get back in. I don't want to miss out on this. All you got to do is do nothing. You're not losing any money, and we all know what's coming, so why not just sit back, stay patient, and wait for it to happen? I don't get it. Stablecoin backed by XRP in development. Expert says it could be the hardest money ever known. So the idea of a stablecoin backed by XRP is gaining traction in the crypto community. The proposal came from Phil Kwok, co-founder of Web3 app builder EZA. In a series of tweets, he floated the idea of creating a stablecoin collateralized with XRP. For context, a stablecoin backed by XRP means the issuer holds XRP to support the value of the stablecoin. Kwok suggested that a properly designed stablecoin backed by XRP could become the hardest money ever known. I like the idea of that, but XRP is meant to move stablecoins, not just back up stablecoins. That really doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but I do think it would definitely be a very sound stablecoin. In other words, it wouldn't be a risky stablecoin like Tether. But who knows? Let's see where this goes from here. XRP's 519 million inflow can cause a breakout if this happens. So XRP's bullish momentum is gaining traction, supported by a sharp drop in exchange balances. Over the last 3 days, more than 163 million XRP, worth roughly $519 million, have been scooped up by investors. Glassnode data showed a clear decline in XRP held on exchanges, suggesting that holders are moving assets into private wallets rather than preparing to sell. Whenever you buy crypto, you gotta get it off the exchange. I've been telling people this ever since the bear market. It's the whole reason I started an affiliate with Decent. I actually like Decent Wallet. I use it myself, and that's why I have an affiliate with them. Because we don't know how safe these exchanges actually are. Everything could look totally normal, and then all of a sudden you wake up one day and the exchange folds up. We've seen that happen with FTX. I do believe Uphold is safe, but I still don't store my crypto there. I'm sure Coinbase is safe, but every time XRP hits an all-time high or Bitcoin hits an all-time high, Coinbase instantly goes down. And the fact that these people are moving all this XRP off the exchanges, this XRP could be going to treasuries at companies held in a wallet instead of being held on the exchange. We really don't know what happened with all this XRP. But the good thing is, it doesn't look like they want to sell it. From $27 to 80 cents, analyst unveils XRP's potential bear market scenario. So what he's saying is this. He's saying we're going to run all the way up to $27, but then fall all the way back down to 80 cents. I don't see that happening. Everybody is predicting this right now. But everybody's also predicting this run to be over by January of next year. But you just heard Charles Hoskinson saying this run is going to break the 4-year cycle. This is going to be the biggest run we have ever seen in crypto. I always said utility will change the 4-year cycle. Because with clarity, guess what else is going to happen? 99% of crypto is going to disappear. Bitcoin is going to become irrelevant because of clarity as well. Why would Bitcoin become irrelevant? Well, when you say, hey, this over here, XRP, XLM, XDC, these are utility tokens. They solve a real world problem. And this here, Bitcoin, it runs on hype and speculation. Where do you think the institutions are going to park their money? They're going to park it into something that solves a real world problem, that actually has value. So when we get that clarity, this whole space is going to change. It's going to be like the dot-com bubble popping. And out of the dot-com bubble, remember, only a handful went on to become massive. Same thing is going to happen in crypto. And that's what's going to change the 4-year cycle. There will be no more talk of meme coins at all. XRP spot ETF application still under review. SEC commissioners confirm the delays are purely procedural, not a rejection. Momentum is building, stay sharp. And what it is this. I think they're delaying those ETFs until the right time. I even think that the SEC knows the second they approve these XRP spot ETFs, the money is going to flow out of those Bitcoin ETFs. And it's going to happen very fast. So maybe they're trying to keep the Bitcoin narrative going just a little while longer before the narrative shifts. But the narrative is already shifting towards Ethereum. That's how you know alt season is coming. The risk taker is me. Now, my bloodline is secure. Do you understand? This comes from Gordon. Generational wealth starts with one confident risk taker. You are that risk taker. The day you bought your XRP. And I'm telling you, if you have a good game plan, you can build generational wealth. Because this cryptocurrency, people keep looking at this cycle. Well, I want to cash out in this cycle because I don't want to tie up my XRP for another 4 years. Well, now we're in a time where you could get passive income from your XRP. And that's going to open up even more with that institutional adoption. So now you're getting monthly returns off of your XRP. And then you could reinvest however much you want back into crypto, building your bag bigger and bigger, building up your passive income higher and higher at the same time. That's what will lead you to generational wealth. And we're now at a time where you could use your crypto as collateral to buy a house. We've never had that option in the past. If you wanted to buy a house using crypto, you had to cash it out, send it to the bank, and then go buy the house. Now, you don't even have to cash out. You continue to hold on to your bag, and maybe you pay off the mortgage with passive income you're getting from another cryptocurrency. Maybe you hold XRP and XLM. You put up your XRP as collateral to buy the house. You get passive income from XLM. That pays the mortgage on the house. You see how this all builds out. And it all starts with a great game plan. And that's why I always urged everyone, before they think of selling their crypto, get a game plan in place first. If you're going to cash out and go on a massive shopping spree, you're going to be right back here chasing the next big thing. But like I said at the beginning of this video, right now, XRP is pulling back a little bit. We're sitting here at $3.15. I'm expecting us to start moving back up, most likely today or over the next couple of days. We see it happen with XRP all the time now. And it's more like we're at the lower end of the channel. That's it. And like I always tell you, until it happens, stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.